Sounds good.
So first thing we're always looking at at the beginning of the game, right, is team compositions. So on Mercy here, we're looking at who is going to be our best pocket target. It looks like you're already locked on. Probably going to be Farah, right? So pocket targets act as, our default targets. So we're always going back to Farah whenever we don't have something that's critical or we don't have a res that we need to go for. Okay, with your camera angle, make sure that you're making it so that even if you're chilling behind the wall there, you can still see your team through the wall, right? That way you can be prepared for... Oh,
Ah!
yep, that way you can go back once you see that someone's critical.
Where are you, Farah?
Remember, you can see people through walls. So she was on your screen for a good 5 seconds. There you go.
Thanks for the assist. Where does it hurt? Please move behind the barrier. Damage output increased. Under fire! I can't hold forever!
Ready. Alright, so there we just didn't really put ourselves with their team. We didn't follow them around, so we were too far away from that. Ulted them to heal them, and we also let Farah get out of reach. So pay attention to where our team is and make sure that we're sticking with them when they're going places. Yep. We have the option, you're always going to the next best pocket target. So if nobody's low, maybe pocketing a Torb might get you more value than pocketing an Orisa.
Jesus.
Alrighty, holding onto our ultimate, right? Make sure that we're using that early-ish in the fight. Don't want to hold on to it because it's just going to get less and less value the longer we hold it, and we can also just charge multiple ults in the time that we take, right? The earlier we use it, that means that the faster we are on charging the next one, and we might be, 30, 40 to our next ult by now if we had used it the fight before. Focus on the damage boost, right, if everyone's full HP. Really, really got to pay attention to the health bars, and a lot of the time damage boost on Valk is going to get more value anyways. Look for the res, right? That's on a safe corner that we can go for, right? So every single time that somebody dies, we want to eyeball it and see if we can go for it. Make sure you're paying attention to your front line. We always need to pay attention to the people who are in the most danger. And your Reinhardt, a lot of the time, is going to be in a lot of danger if he's on the front of the fight. Right. So far, probably say one of the biggest things that we just have a really low awareness of what's going on around us. So make sure we're looking around us. We're paying attention to where our team is so we can heal the people who need healing, right? So Reinhardt, for example, right? If that healing had come 3 seconds beforehand, then maybe we could have kept them alive, right? So now again, there's a dead body in front of us. Okay, a little
Right,
slow
but
on it.
it wasn't safe.
Oh, it is safe, right? You can be on that corner and go for that. I can demonstrate that after this round if we need to here. Alrighty. Yeah, after this round, I'll demonstrate how you can get off res as safe.
It cannot be stopped.
The payload moves towards our desire. I require assistance. Let's get you back out there.
Good job backing onto that ult. Right, I like the timing of that. Pay attention to health bars. Swap the damage boost when everyone's full.
You've got this.
Okay, good awareness.
Rocket barrage incoming. Don't let up on them. Let me get you patched up. Systems have maxed at peak performance levels.
Awakens.
Thanks for the assist.
And good job getting back to your default target there.
The payload has reached the
And it looks like our game is continuing.
powered up. Let's get you back out there.
Join me.
Damage boost engaged. Heilstrahl aktiviert.
Alright. So, yeah, probably one of the bigger things is so far is going to be awareness. So, make sure that we're not tunnel visioning on things. We're not tunnel visioning on the person that we're healing. We're not tunnel visioning on our team. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to not just our team, right? Because we need to pay attention to our team so we can see who needs healing, but then also the enemy team so that we're not getting kind of rolled over from the side. Alright, so we have to be kind of aware of where everyone on the map is so we can effectively get away from enemies and heal the people who need healing. Oh, good watching out for the critical HP there. Good job watching for the Ryan on the front line.
Rocket barrage incoming. I am where does power? I've got you. My word,
Okay, at the very beginning of that fight, there was a Moira who had died and was in a pretty safe position. So again, make sure that every time we see someone in the kill feed, right? We see in the kill feed our teammate died. We see on the map our teammate died. They were looking at those bodies and we're eyeballing them and we're going, can I get away with it? Is there a shield that I can use? Is there walls that I can use? How many enemies are looking at the body, right? And then that way we can go for reses on bodies that might even be in dangerous situations sometimes, if we have the right positioning or cover.
performance level. I'm taking care of you.
You in my sights.
Powered up. I'm moving the payload. You've got this. Preparing to engage.
We're out of time. Everyone, attack now.
Regenerating your cellular structure. I am optimized. Till Valhalla.
Okay, I like the timing. Good damage boost. Make sure you're not staring at your team with it though, right? We can use this time and space to be kind of looking at the whole fight, not just staring at our teammates. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stream if you want to go take a look. How much have we gone over Mercy before? I know you do go over Mercy. Oh, you
Not
do play
much.
Mercy, but not much? Alright,
Stop. Not much.
so, few different things. What?
Not you. Sorry, the game.
Oh, alright.
Where did my Discord go?
You see it?
Nope, not yet.
Alright, let me know when you're there.
Okay, I'm there.
Alright, so few different things. First off, when we're going for res, like the big thing, we've talked about positioning before, I'm sure. Good positioning is the usage of cover. Bad positioning is the absence of cover. Now, when we're looking for reses, those same principles apply. A res becomes so much more safe if there's cover near the body that we can use to res. So when a Reinhardt dies out in the open like this, what we can do is we can just sit behind this and go for the res, and they can't see us or shoot at us, right? So we can get away with that res. That might be risky if we're standing right here out in the open. from a safe position around corners, right?
No, I understand that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just there were 6 people at that choke point who
Mm-hmm.
could easily pop out and squish me to death in one shot.
All right.
That's why
Well,
I felt.
do you
That's
want
why I
to?
felt.
Do you have that replay that you'd like to you give me, and I can show you
Sure.
kind of what I'm looking at when I see that body?
Yeah. Nope, not highlights.
It is in career profile. Yep.
Uh, share. I put it in chat.
Yep. Got it.
Traveling to Dorado.
Alrighty. So
Ready for battle.
let's try to find the spot where this happened. Happened pretty decently early in the game. Was it earlier than this or behind
Yeah, it
this?
had to be. It was before we moved past it.
Yeah. Let's see.
It would be about here
Snap. You
somewhere.
can't see dead bodies, so that sucks.
Oh,
Or I don't think you can see dead bodies in replays. Right, are we? No, because I think it must be before this. Get forwards. Hmm. Right.
it's gotta be about here.
No, maybe. I don't think it is. No, because we push. Because I think they push us and then we lose and then we back up.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, because
Oh yeah.
this is where we just we don't go with our team and then we just can't heal anything.
Okay, but who was I? There was only
Hmm.
2 people. There were 2 people alive there,
Yep.
and 1 person died, and
Yep.
there's only 1 person there. So if I would have had to go through 4 people to get to 2 players who can't protect me.
So first off, Torb is the one who dies here, right? So, Torb is.
No, it was.
Is
was
Ursa
it
the one
Torb?
that dies? Yeah, Torv dies. So first off, we should be going with them. We shouldn't be letting this gap basically happen in the first place. Try not to. We want to make sure we're sticking on top of them. So first off, it's the 2 tanks that are there. Second off, we're not really going through 4 people per se. We're going through open, but as Mercy, since we have that flight, we can cross this open area relatively fast as long as we're flying to the Orisa. So it's really the hesitation on flying over that puts them out of line of sight. And then now if we tried to push forward from this position, that might be a bad idea because now we're out of line of sight of the Orisa. But before that, we were in line of sight of our team and we probably could have run over with them, right? It was the fact that we that we didn't go with them here, and then Ryan of course gets picked. And then okay, so now we're waiting on next fight to happen because I believe it's next fight that Reinhardt dies maybe. Okay. Yep. Farah goes and dies. And maybe it's here.
It looks about right.
Okay. No. Died over there. When did this happen? What the heck? Alright, I guess there's.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know it's there.
Alright, it looks like we still have 3 minutes left here, so it must happen sometime further. Hopefully it happens here. Oh, is it the Orisa? I thought it was the Reinhardt. Was it the Orisa?
I don't remember. I know I rezzed 1 person on the corner, but I didn't res the other person.
All right. Well, in this case, this is of course a safe one because we go down here, right? Who's gonna stop us? Sigma. We have Valk available. That gives us more mobility, more self healing, and Sigma by himself probably isn't gonna kill us. He can stun us, but that's about it. And him stunning us shouldn't be too much of a deterrent of us attempting to go for it. Especially if he pushes forward to get us, that puts us in a puts him in a worse position that allows us to kill him. Now, I think I remember it being the Reinhardt, but it could also be that one. Because that one is... Okay, so we went for that one. Okay, yep. So that's a good one. Let's see. I guess... Okay, let's skip forward then.
The enemy is here.
Oh my goodness. Or maybe it's this one. Okay, so this is the one where we don't pay attention to Reinhardt, and then we could have been pushing forward a little bit faster here, but we just end up peeking it late. Okay, so then Reinhardt dies right there. All right. So now we give it a second. There's a 10-second cool, like every time someone dies, that stays there for 10 whole seconds, right? So we can wait. So yes, when Hanzo's right here, we don't go for it because then Hanzo can just headshot us. But now, right now, what's the danger in going for it?
Well, I would have to, because if you look where the soul is, could I still do that
Yeah, from
around
here.
the corner? Okay, okay.
Yep, from right here. And you can even drag souls around the corner. I didn't get the chance to demonstrate this, but even if it was around the corner with souls, you can go full around the corner. I'll demonstrate this right here. But you can put it.
I think I know what you're talking about. I've watched. I recently watched an advanced Mercy video specifically about all the different reses and distances. So
Yep.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So we can take the res and drag it completely around corners like so.
Okay.
So keep in mind, even if it was around the corner, all we have to do is peek the corner for half a second and then drag it.
So you don't need line of sight for res. When does the res cancel?
If you get too far away from it, that's when a
What's
res. The distance. I don't know if I know the distance, but we can try testing it out here. But I
Okay.
need to get it back. In about 7 seconds here.
No
We
worries.
can try for that. Now I guess other thing I'd like to go over is the different texts. Now we have to wait for someone to die. I believe it is. I think it would be about like 3 to 5 meters, something like
Well,
that.
if I know what's a super jump? Because the super jump.
Okay, so it looks like I couldn't even walk away from that. Super jump? You're asking if how to do that?
No, not how. Like, so if you can res, you can. So now if I remember the combo, it's res super jump, but you can't hit the res until you're on the way back down or something like that. Because at the apex you're out of range.
Yeah.
But as long as you're before that, it's okay.
You can hit it when you're coming back down, or you can also hit. If you can do a super jump where you don't go up all the way, like that, where you kind of that's a little bit more complicated. Like, but you can super jump to where you're only going up a little bit, like I'm doing. That would have been too far. But if you're watching it how I'm doing it, I'm not going up high enough to where I'd be going out of it.
How do you not go up all the way? I'm not familiar with that.
So we'll go over. We can just go over all the different types of flights. So on Mercy, you have 4 different types of flight. Okay. You have your regular fly, which are you? Do you have any clue if you are toggle or toggle off for her flight? Toggle basically meaning, do you press it once and then it continues the whole time, or do you press it, or is it you have to hold it?
Pretty sure I have to hold it.
You have to hold it? Okay, well that's something to check because that is important. Because that will dictate if you have to cancel, like how you cancel it. So if you have it on toggle, then to cancel it, you have to press it a second time. If you have it on hold, then you can just let go and stop it whenever.
And no, I have it the first way.
Yep. So I personally have it on the hold, so that it's easier to let go. So I can just, like, when I'm flying, I can just let go whenever I want. So if I don't want to go to the person, I just stop it by letting go. But if you have it on the toggle, then you click it a second time to stop yourself, right? That way you're not flying into a bad situation that you don't want to go to. Or if I'm trying to fly to this person, I can, but stay behind cover, I can fly it to this cover right here. Right. So then you have your regular fly where you just click it once, or you hold it down in my case. You have your cancel where you click it twice. So you fly, you click it again second time, or you let it go. And then you have your fly past, right, where you press jump at the end. Okay, and then that can let you... I haven't not seen you use that yet, and that's one I would recommend using pretty frequently. I'd probably say you use that a decent amount while you play. And then the advantage of this is you can get past people and use that for mobility, as well as you can use it to get behind cover, right? So if we're trying to, for example, like if we have to be on the open, because let's say we get pushed out of this area for some reason, we can use this to get to this cover over here, and then now we're not in the open, so we can use it to go further. Now, then you have your super jump, which is the you're gonna take your pinky, you're gonna press shift and control at the exact same time, and then spacebar right as you reach the you'll see you do a little up there at the end. You're gonna press spacebar right as you reach the up, and then that will send you up in the air. Now, how to make that not go as high is you do that little up earlier. You don't wait until the peak of it, right? If we wait till the peak, then that's where we go kind of get the max height out of it. But if we do it early and we kind of do whoops, I didn't do that right. And we do it right about here, then we don't go up at nearly as far, right? So come on, I keep flying the wrong here. Right? So we just press it early, and then that means that we don't go up all the way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that way we can get a res off from kind of above them. Okay, so now we went over all the 4 different types. I just like to see you going for reses more often, especially like the big thing is you just want to eyeball them and make sure and see, can I go for these whenever somebody dies? Check, is it safe? And then with your positioning, I like to see us, like, if at all possible, we should be healing from corners and from cover the same way that we res behind corners and cover, instead of standing right here, because there's no reason to stand right here for just healing people when we could stand right here and not be able to let anybody see us, right? Then we can do the same thing from this cover, right? We just want to stick behind cover if we're in the middle of healing. Now, when we're using Valk, unless they have something that can get us out of the sky, so unless they have a sniper, or unless they have like a soldier visor or a McCree High Noon, we want to get as high as possible, right? We want to get height, because that's going to, or like if there's like kind of a slow slant there where we can't get them because they're inside, then we can come down. But us getting height gives us visibility over everything that's happening. Make sure not just to stare at your teammates and look straight down. We also want to make sure we're paying attention to where the enemy team is as well. A lot of times I'll notice that you just are tunnel visioning on the person that you're healing or our team, and then we'll forget about the enemies, and then we'll get killed because of that, right? So make sure every once in a while we're just checking real quick where's everyone at. We're checking our flanks, if they have flanker characters especially, so that we can be more safe with enemies. Right, you can probably go ahead and get into a game now.
Okay. I was just trying. Changed the toggle. Just testing it out.
Have you adjusted your Mercy sensitivity, beam sensitivity?
Yes, that was one of the first things we did.
Yeah, all right.
You can stop streaming if you want.
Oh, yep. Thank you very much. Forgot about that. I'm spectating you.
Welcome to Hollywood.
I guess I won't play Moira this time either.
If you really like the Overmore, you can just end up leaving here.
No. It's Mercy. Mercy help is just as good as Moira help.
Science will reveal the truth.
Ahorita regreso.
Describing your work as unethical would be
I killed a widow as Mercy the other day. That made me very happy.
Nice. So, on what character was that person saying that you're aimbotting on? Moira?
Moira. Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious considering Moira kind of aimbots for you.
Exactly.
Damages engaged.
The truth.
Alright. So we don't have 2 of our characters, so who are we gonna be defaulting onto here? Correct answer.
Bastion. There's no other answer.
3, 2, 1.
Yep, who would be kind of number 2 if Bastion's dead?
Objective A.
Moira?
I'm going.
Probably say a full charge Zarya would be. Full charge Zarya is gonna be very good to pocket a lot of the time.
Where are you going?
Or if Bastion's doing that, then we go forwards, right? Don't stick on the Bastion if half our team's up there and the Bastion's kind of doing nothing.
You should be at peak performance.
Right, go with the main bulk of the team, even if your pocket target's just kind of chilling. Looks like you might be dealing with a noob to the game, so I don't think that he is gonna be a very good pocket target to try to go for. It's not something we didn't talk about last time too. I was gonna go over this, but make sure you're paying attention, really paying attention to health bars, so that you're not over healing when people are full HP, because that's just a lot of wasted time. So instead, when people get to full HP, really make sure that you're damage boosting, because that will save you a lot of time. Or you look for other people. The other big thing is you look for other people who are low that you can heal, so that you're not doing absolutely nothing by staying on healing.
Heilstrahl aktiviert. Translocating.
My will made real.
Okay. Now we did end up getting the Moira there, but we also didn't notice the Zarya who had died, right? So pay attention to that as well.
A welcome improvement.
A little help would be appreciated.
God. Dude. Oh, my cooldown. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, make sure you glance into that whenever you know you're looking for it. Alright, we talked about how to know when you're winning and losing fights, right? Watching kill feed. Yep. So make sure you know when you lost that fight that you're not playing aggressive and that you're just waiting for your team to get back. There, we had pushed up a little far and we almost died because of it. Make sure we're not holding on to our ult for too long. We did hold on to it last fight too. Might be able to swoop in and get that. Oh. Remember, you can to get in faster instead of just floating up to it. You fly to it. You can fly to dead bodies.
Just kind of hoping to sneak.
Well, because.
But yes, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, is that because like you think that their eyes might be drawn to a fast moving target?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the speed of getting in there might be a little bit more important because that also means that you get to one, you're getting along, you get the surprise advantage and you get in faster. You going slow gives them more time to look at you, and then the other thing, if Reinhardt's. Yep.
We still need you.
Damage output increased. Огонь по готовности.
I'm taking care of it.
60 seconds.
Okay, good job with the healing on the Reinhardt. Good ult timing there.
This will heal you. A welcome improvement.
What are you doing?
Like I said, he's very new to the game, so not gonna be maybe the best thing to pocket if he's running away from fights. Look to get that one. Oh, or not anymore. Oh. Yep, a little bit delayed with it, and then once we went for it, we used it after the fight was lost, right? And then that means that we just end up staggering, and that's not going to be good for us or Moira that we res.
Activated.
This is my will.
Alright, so that round, I don't think that there were...
Match.
Yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily any main points, but we did mess up on a few different areas. We missed a few reses that we could have gone for. We kind of, on our first Valk, we held on to it for the first fight, and then I can't remember. I think we with one of the that's unfortunate.
Nice.
Bastion.
That's
Yeah.
my team, so that's okay.
Yep, and then we were sometimes we were on the wrong targets when it came to healing. Like when our Bastion was kind of running away from fights, we should be looking to heal the people who are in the fights. Righty. Okay, so that was something I wanted to go over last time. So I'm gonna stream again, just so you can
Okay.
see the importance of this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back into that replay that we were in before. What map was that, Dorado?
Yeah.
This one.
Traveling to Dorado. Ready for battle.
Alrighty, so
Payload stopped.
this was like in, I guess, just so you can see it really clearly. I believe it was somewhere around here.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Was it here? Alrighty, of course it's gonna be like the same thing as last time, where I'm like looking for that specific fight and then I'm not gonna find it. No, I think I was in this fight.
Let's get you. I'm moving the needle.
No, it was definitely before this. Okay, so I was right here. So coming to this, really gotta pay attention to us healing full HP targets. So if we look to kind of the start of this fight, right? Start of the fight's happening now because Reinhardt's swinging on stuff. So we pay attention to the health bar so we can kind of go through this whole fight and count how long we're healing full HP targets, and that's kind of how long we've wasted time. Okay, so 1,
Let's get you back out there.
2, 3, 4,
Damage boost engaged.
5,
High spy activated.
6, 7. All right, so 7 seconds in the fight. Now it doesn't seem like much in the moment. I've definitely had people who are much worse with that, but that does add up over time, right? If we're doing that every single fight for 9 minutes, right? That means that's tons of time that we're missing out on. That's probably going to be close to a minute of time that we're just wasting, especially in our longer games that we're doing literally nothing because we're healing somebody who's already full, right? And that's time that we should be looking to swap to as soon as we see somebody who is full HP, right? And you can tell that based off of whenever you heal somebody to full HP, you'll hear a little ding sound. They go ding, right? You can see it on the little bar in front of you. You can see it on their health bar. You have multiple indications of this.
Is there a way to move the position of that bar?
No, there's not, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So once you see that get to full, we swap the damage boost right away, right? And then we look for somebody else to heal, right? So that should be kind of the process that we're on. So we heal them up, we swap the damage boost, and then we look for somebody else who, for example, here would be Reinhardt, right? So that means that we're not doing nothing, but we're doing something. Now let's see, we can just go into another fight just to show that this isn't just a one-time thing.
No, I know I
No.
do it.
All right.
It's something I work on.
All right. Well, then you can probably go ahead and get into another game then.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop streaming again because I almost forgot about it.
Did you read that new Symmetra story that just came out?
No, I did not. I saw it.
Pretty good.
Is it out yet? I just saw the developer
Yeah,
update.
it's out.
Interesting. I saw the developer update that, but I didn't watch it yet because I've been coaching.
It's like a mini book. Like it's like 6 pages long.
Oh, okay.
But it's a Zenyatta and Symmetra lore. It's pretty good. Symmetra's my favorite, so biased.
Righty, so we're just gonna make this a full-on Mercy session. Good with me. Right, so who's gonna be our pocket target?
I'm feeling really good with you know, May? No, I don't know. Between May and Doomfist, I hate Doomfist because he jumps around so much.
I would probably say that with this composition, you do not have a pocket target. There's no such thing as one
Okay.
here. There's no good pocket targets. So in that case, you're just going to be much more fluctuant with who you're on. Now you can be on the DPS, more of the long range characters that you need to be. But then besides that, just be looking around much more often for people who are low, right? Oh, pay attention behind you. Monkey went on kind of our Zenyatta, right? Make sure we're paying attention to that so we can heal him up. Make sure as well that you're requesting healing when you're low, so that the Zenyatta knows to look over at you and heal you.
What's the key for that? I actually never use it.
Key
so.
for that?
Yeah.
It might be try X. Is that the default bind for it?
Yeah. Well, it says no, that told the target to come to me.
No, then you might have to rebind. I don't know the default bind because I long ago would have changed that, like 4 years ago. So you have to look it up, but you can also access that from the scroll wheel. So that's gonna be important because that'll let them know.
It tells me right here. Oh no, it says X.
Oh, it tells you them to grow up. So that's actually a bug, or not a bug. I'll explain after this fight. I'll go over in a second.
Damage increase. I'm here. You needed a doctor?
Weapon systems
Till
overloaded.
Valhalla. Let's get you back in the fight. Let's get you back out there.
Pass into the iris.
Protect the payload.
Justice has embraced me.
All right.
What was that?
Let me get you patched up. Damage and
So that was a lost fight. Make sure you're not trying to just stay alive longer in a lost fight, because then you just end up staggering. So why we press I need healing is because it gives our supports an in-game audio cue where they can go, oh wow, Mercy needs healing and she's behind me, right? Whereas Zenyatta wouldn't otherwise know that information. The other thing is, it's for some reason it'll say this is something that they're actually changing with this next patch. Is they're gonna make it say I need healing, but for some reason when you on support it'll say group up with me. But for the other support it'll still let them know. Oh. Make sure you're going with your team there. We kind of left to go with the Doomfist. Go to Rez.
this is not your time. Don't stop now. You needed a doctor?
Make sure we're not. Yep. Make sure we're not healing those. Healing when they're using Transcendence, and we're not healing a Zenyatta who's immortal on Transcendence. Here, we probably want to look to be super jumping up to high ground. That can give us some good survivability, some good visibility over what's happening in the fight.
Of course, now I can't do it.
Let's keep it moving. You've got this.
You have to press both of them at the exact same time, right?
I am. I swear.
Yep, and the other two times that you used it besides that last one, what you were doing wrong is you're pressing it too early. You have to wait until you do the little dip up, right? Remember, you go low to the ground.
I'm with you.
Oh, what's happening is you swapped it to...
Because I swapped it
Yeah.
to toggle.
Mhm. That's what I was about to say. You swapped it to toggle and you're just pressing it.
Yeah. So that's something new I need to get used to.
Yep. So just make sure you're holding it down. That way you get there the whole time.
A speedy recovery.
Pass into the iris.
Now, show them.
Powered up.
Alrighty.
Patched up.
could use Огонь по готовности. Till Valhalla. Freeze! Don't move. Clearing the area. Damage increased.
Probably look to go for a res right about now, right there. Oh, never mind. No, do not do for it anymore. Only reason why you could have done it before is because of the fact that they were being frozen by the blizzard.
Healing stream engaged.
What a curious feeling. Incoming.
I'm taking care of you. Powered up. What's your back? Ich bin down. You needed a doctor?
I am under attack.
Not good.
Yeah, right now I think that one of the bigger things that we're struggling with is just our getting used to the new keybind, as our mobility is kind of messed up currently.
Like Newton and the apple.
Good as new.
That's kind of funny.
What was funny?
Oh, just his vocal
Voice
line.
line, yeah.
The humming. The
Mhm.
The payload is
Let's get you
approaching
back
its
out there.
destination.
Freeze!
Experience tranquility.
Огонь performance levels.
What a curious feeling. Pass into the iris.
Where does let's keep it moving?
Right, so a few different things to that fight. First off, we had a whole lot of healing people who are full HP, including, remember, you healing or damage boosting as Zenyatta is not going to do very much while he's or nothing at all while he's trancing.
that was
Oh.
me trying to aim past the
Oh,
Zenyatta.
Engaged.
Yep, and then two other things. First off, try to res, from behind cart, so move to the left, so you're not on the open. And then on top of that, make sure you're within range of your team. So try to make sure that you can actually be in range to heal them if they need healing, because right now we're playing slightly out of range.
We still need you. Take the pain. A clean bill of health. Whoa! Look out! Here I come!
Barrier in place. This will be over quickly.
We make a great team. Till Valhalla.
Oh,
Damage increase.
yep. Watch the time in there with the Falc. Then besides that, pretty much it. Just make sure we're paying attention to how many people we have in there, right? Because Val could be being used when you only have 2 people alive might not be the best idea. Let's keep your ears open. To your left. To your left.
I like how
Stop now.
accepting the number of circumstances.
Good res.
This is not the end.
Don't count me out.
This is awesome.
Combat. My ultimate is on.
I'm on fire.
All right, so good final fight there.
Victory.
Yep, I guess a lot of the same stuff, just repeat again. And then I'd probably say the only new thing was just the problem that you were having with the getting used to the new setting that you added in.
Yeah.
But besides that, just a lot of the same stuff. Make sure you're not killing full HP targets. Be behind cover while you're rezzing. Let's see what some other ones. We messed up our Valk timing once or twice there. So make sure we're keeping in mind we're using that anytime a fight's happening, as long as a fight's not been won or lost. If we're coming in with a Valk when there's only 2 people alive, right, including ourselves, and they have a close spawn, right, then that's probably not a fight where we want to use our Valk.
Right. Makes sense.
Alrighty. You just go ahead and hop into another queue.
Okay, I can do that. I want to change my. What is it?
Yep. I think we're doing a little bit better with our awareness of what's going on around us. I think that since the first time I mentioned it, we're looking around a little bit more. We're trying to make sure we're paying attention to teammates who are critical and we're healing those people up. So I think awareness is doing slightly better than the very beginning of today.
Excellent.
Now traveling to Busan.
Right, on the Moira now.
3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Enemies in our orbit.
My will made real.
Observe the barrier. Hard on that.
Allow me to repair the damage. This will restore you.
The objective is now.
Whoa there.
Okay, unfortunate there. Try to make sure playing next to cover, right, so that we're not getting hit by all that damage, especially when we are looking for healing. Make sure paying attention to your teammates when they're critical HP, right, because that's when we are swapping from the damage to the healing. Is when we have people who actually do need the healing.
So the one person who was dead was way too far away for me to get to.
Yeah, not
And then there were some other people, but yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily the D.Va. The D.Va was outside of our range, but there were definitely other people during that fight that were within our line, like kind of our line of sight that we just didn't go to. Right? Keep in mind, if people are too far away from us, we want to make sure one that we're placing ourselves near those people so we can stay within their range, and then secondly, we can always fade over to them.
Step right up. Activating the barrier.
This will restore you.
Okay, right now we're just playing out of range of everything. Remember, we're decently close range character.
Justice reigns from above.
Righty. Just reaction time there would have been the only thing.
No, I ran into the pot behind me.
Oh, with a fade reaction time, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't really run out of a barrage super easily. So using fade faster probably would have been the only way to get out of that situation.
The power of destruction. Repairing the damage.
What is that melody? Experience tranquility.
Well, with our damage orbs, make sure we're using it in the direction we see that they're walking, right? So if we're throwing it behind them, then that means that they're gonna walk out of it, and it's not gonna get much value. So if they're walking, if we see that they're facing forwards, then we, and they're walking forwards in that direction, then throw it in front of them. If they're walking backwards, then throw it behind them, right? And side to side, so forth.
Step right up. Long overdue.
Restoring you. I will draw the strength from your body. Surrender to my will.
Good coalescence. Make sure we're throwing that orb before we go for it.
The power of destruction. This will improve your condition.
Just look at you.
I will unmake you.
Oh, chase him down and go fade after him. Right when you see he's 1 HP like that, you just fade after him and get then secure the kill.
I cast this forth.
Easy.
This will heal you.
Oh, try your best not to ignore the baby diva when she's next to you. Right, kind of try to find her and get secure the kill.
I foresee great things for you. Barrier in place.
This will restore you. Oh, ik tepper than ja.
Bad guys, heads up.
All right. So a lot of times there with our damage, we're going after kills, and then they get 1 HP, and then we just kind of let them go. Right. Make sure that when you see that they're 1, you're finishing off that kill so that they're not getting away. So for example, with the ball, if you see that he's 1 HP and he's about to get away from you, fade in aggressively after him, throw an orb at him, one or the other. With the baby diva, she was kind of right on top of us. We got her to 1 HP, and then we just kind of ran away.
Lost her.
Oh, well, she's, you know, if you lose her, then back up, look around you. It's not like she can teleport. She's not Tracer. So,
No, I lost her, and then I saw 3 people critical.
Soon enough.
So I'm like, all right, what? That's why I.
well, I
switched.
didn't see the three people
Yeah.
critical.
It was this one and this one, I think, and then maybe one more. Maybe it was just 2. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember now. But I lost her, and I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't recall any critical. If you know, if I did, then of course you leave your team to go save 3 critical people, of course. Good healing orb. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep. Make sure that you're looking around you and try to go with the main bulk of your team. If it's just you and Sigma, then just let Sigma go doing his own thing and go with the other 4 people, right? Because it's better to have 5 and 1 than it is to have 4 and 2. Good healing orb, good placement with that. Alright, with our damage a lot of the time here, we're focusing...
Hey, thanks.
Oh. Alright, so with our damage, a lot of the times, we're focusing tanks. Try to focus the squishier, easier to kill targets more often. So tanks have 3 times the health of squishy targets, and they also just do less, right? DPS do more damage, supports do more healing, so tanks are there to make space for DPS and supports. So if you have an equal opportunity to kill a tank or a DPS or support, go for the DPS or support.
Get into position.
Make sure we're not holding on to coalescence.
Surrender to my will.
Good target priority with the coal there on the, you know, easier target to kill.
This will heal you.
Yeah, to continue on what I was saying, that doesn't mean that you can never shoot at tanks, right? You shoot at tanks when they're the only thing to shoot at, when they are low, when they're out of position. But if you have an equal opportunity, right, meaning that they're a tank and the support are both standing on the open, you go or a DPS too, right? That you want to go for the things that are easier to kill than a 600 HP ball. Good fade out of that ult. Get awareness.
Activating the barrier.
Oh. Probably throw good damage. You might as well, right? You can throw those damage orbs, and that kills her twice as fast. Remember, prioritize the damage when we're out of resource. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I didn't even see what happened. Oh.
Yep.
Ooh. No!
Yeah, fade. Oh, fade.
uh,
I'm overloading.
Alrighty. So this game looks like it might go on for a little bit. Do you want to leave so we can maybe do like a kind of roundup for the session before we have to end it off?
sure. Let me finish this and then.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Oh, just outside of our range.
Will you just leave us alone?
Activating the barrier.
All right. Well, I
I'll
mean,
give this one more second.
yep. I mean, if you're about to win, then go ahead and stay. All right.
Okay. No.
Alrighty.
Second.
Hard on that.
We must all make sacrifices in the name of science.
Alrighty. So, to kind of do a final recap. So, Mercy, make sure you're focusing on healing target, on swapping the damage boost whenever targets are full HP, and then swapping to another person. Really, really eyeball people when they die, so you can see am I able to go for that res. Look to use cover while you're resing. You can be more aggressive. You can look to go for reses, even if they're in a dangerous kind of position, as long as you have cover, and you can also go for that also if you have like a Valk available, because you'll get that extra kind of healing, extra speed. Now on top of that, make sure that you're looking to play next to cover and stick with your team really. And besides that, I think we were doing much better with this by the end of the session, but one of the bigger things as well was our awareness and making sure you're looking around you. Now I think you were doing much better at that by the end of the session. So just make sure you're trying to keep that up. Make sure you're not just staring at one person or looking at your crosshair, but you're looking all around you. What's happening around you? Where's your team? Where's the enemy team? Make sure you're paying attention to the front line so that they don't end up dying. Now on Moira, make sure that you're sticking within range of your healing and your damage, because sometimes you're playing outside of that range or you're too far away from our team and from the enemy team. I think your orb usage was pretty decent. I think you did a really good job with your orbs. Your fade, just make sure that you're looking to use that, when you're in danger. There were just a few times where you ended up forgetting that was an ability. With your ultimate timings for both heroes, make sure you're trying to make that consistent. There were times where you were really good with the timing, and then other times where you just ended up forgetting the timing with it, and you either held on to your ult or you ended up using it after a fight was won or lost. So just be careful of that. Now, I think that is about it. I think your more gameplay was very solid there at the end. Do you have any questions on anything that we've gone over?
Nope. Not that I can think of.
Alrighty, so I am going to stop.